Do we need World War II German reenactors? At the end of last week, for the weekend just gone, a 1940s event put out a post on Facebook. You can see it there, pause it, read it. Admittedly, it wasn't the event organisers, it was the place where the event was being held. They were stopping German reenactors from attending the event. This isn't the first time it's happened, and no doubt it probably won't be the last time it will happen. So do we need German reenactors? I think we do. Personally, my personal opinion, I think we need them. Where else are you going to learn about the others? Like, there was two sides to World War II. Where else are you going to learn about it? Because they don't teach about the German side in school. Museums, particularly over here in England, also lack German displays as well. They might have like the odd helmet or bits and pieces, but nothing major. You can't even learn about it at museums. And for those that don't know, reenactors have to fill out a form when we want to go to an event. So, and within that form, it says, who you are, who you're portraying, and what educational things are you bringing to the show. So within that, you can see who's coming and what they're doing. So they'll be able to see what German groups are going and, what they're displaying. So if they're displaying a standard German soldier on the front line, event organisers can see that. But if you're promenading, so a promenading reenactor to me is those that go for the day, don't have a specific display, they're wandering around, mingling within the public. Having looked at a couple of promenading forms, you don't have to specify what you're dressing as. So somebody could come in full SS kit, or they could come as a British police officer, and you don't know what you're getting. So on that front, I get sort of where events come from in that sense. At least with set groups, you know who you're getting and what they're doing. But with promenaders, you don't necessarily know who's going to show up in what, which isn't great. And then if those specific people do then cause trouble, it ruins it for everybody else. If we're stopping Germans, are we stopping the Japanese, Russians, Italians? What about the Italians? I mean, they switched sides halfway through the war, so are they allowed at events? 99.9% of German reenactors do it for the right reasons. The historical, educational purposes. You get the odd Fruit Loop, but you get Fruit Loops in every hobby these days. They're doing it for the right reasons, to educate people. Why are they not allowed at some events? Some events have stopped Germans and turned it into a home front event. So you get your home front, so your home guard, ARP wardens, land army, and then British and Allied personnel as well. Don't get me wrong, they are good events, but they're not quite the same. And if you don't have the German side, you can't have any of the battle reenactments, and they're always very popular at events. They always draw in the crowds. Some of the battles aren't great, but it's still something different to see, and you're not going to see that anywhere else. Like all reenactors, the Germans put in a lot of effort, time and money into their displays, possibly even a little bit more money and a little bit more effort, because their stuff's going to be a little bit more scarce, and they might have to get it from a little bit further afield, especially if they want original stuff. If you do get offended by German reenactors that are minding their own business and portraying a general German soldier, a generic German soldier on the front line with his everyday kit, don't go look at the German reenactors. There's plenty of other things to see. If you don't want to look at the Germans and get offended, just don't. A lot of places actually do separate the Germans to the others, like they'll put them a little bit out of the way, so you have to actively go to them to see them rather than just follow like a route round the show. So if it offends you, either don't go to the event or don't look at the Germans. Don't moan about it on social media, which then puts the event in a bad place, which then stops the German reenactors from going, because we might even lose the event altogether. I don't think it's going to get any better with the controversy around the German reenactors, apart from the fact we now live in a day and age where the Tom and Jerry cartoons have a warning on them for violence. That's the sort of thing we have to fight these days. If you don't like German reenactors, you then can't watch Tom and Jerry because it's too violent. If you don't like German reenactors, are German World War II planes still allowed to fly at air shows, like the Messerschmitts? There's a few Messerschmitts here in England still flying. Are you offended by watching those fly around at shows? And what about Germans in movies? You know, Longest Days full of Germans. There's Germans in Band of Brothers. What about those? Where does the line stop? Yes, you don't have to watch the movie, but you also don't have to go to the event. You don't have to make comments on the German reenactors offending you. Just don't look at them. Don't go to the event. Don't watch the movie. There were two sides to the war, and I think it's important we show both sides. One so it doesn't get forgotten. You know, you're not going to see the German kit anywhere else. You know, without German reenactors or any reenactors at all, none of these shows would be possible, because if they didn't have us as reenactors, the show just wouldn't exist. I'd be interested to see if any other eras of reenactments have any controversy in them. I'd be interested to hear your thoughts on German reenactors. Please keep comments civil and respectful. Any nasty comments will be deleted. If you're a German reenactor, let me know what you think. I'm all for German reenactors. I don't have an issue with them as long as they're doing it for the right reasons, for historical, educational purposes. You know, I've actually made friends with a couple of German reenactors, so there's absolutely nothing wrong with it as far as I'm concerned. And all the reenactors have got to start sticking together. So let me know what you think. Again, keep it civil. You know, don't go giving Seven Valley Railway any hate or anything. It's not the organisers, it's those from up above. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.